Hmm. Good morning, people. My dog is being an asshole right now, and I thought I would make some artwork, try to loosen up the old digits. You know, after a chemotherapy and the operation, uh, I'm suffering from something um, called neuropathy, where my extremities are a little numb, in particular my fingers and my toes. I don't draw with my toes though, so that's not really important. However, it does affect my ability to write. Like, I can't even write my name really well uh, because of the numbness in my fingers. So I haven't been doing a lot of drawing, but I'm trying to get back into it because I really want to, obviously, because I really want to. And I think this is a good time as any to try. So 11, 14. So here is a canvas, and I don't know. I'm just gonna doodle. I have my coffee here, and my wife is waking up. We might like talk about stuff going on. In the meantime, what should I draw? Well, I did start playing D&D again recently. So maybe I can do like some doodles of characters from the game that I'm running. Um, the only ones I know for sure, I can do Graz. Yeah, that was what I was. That was the one I was thinking. So my wife's in the game, and she made. Oh, am I too quiet? Let me raise my gain a bit. I wasn't. I was trying not to talk too loud. So let me see. Graz. My wife made a character for the D&D game, female half orc paladin. Maybe I could draw her. I think that the concept is really cool. So, um,
Really cool, like a 15-year-old made it.
I dig it. Sometimes the simple concepts are the strongest. That's my thinking anyway. Who wouldn't want a half orc female half orc waifu anyways? Can you hear me okay? All right. So, let's see. Graz. A little bit of a brow. I'm drawing her from the side, so maybe she's got a bit of a nose on her. Bushy eyebrows. She's not the best looking woman. This is what I think anyway. And kind of an underbite. Kind of like the those muscles under the, you know, the muscles under the lip.
Well, half of her face is like more messed up than the other half.
Yeah, no. Which half?
I can't remember. Where's the sheets?
Let me I don't think the tusk is on this side. Let's try to. Whoa, what the fuck? Why do I have the lead? Okay. Why is this selected? Did I do something? That's weird. Did my thing freeze? There it is. There it is. Okay. Hey, Michael Keller.
Here. Did your couple pictures.
Oh, yeah. So it is the other side.
This one's
Yeah, that's good. Thanks. Wait, you redrew it though? There's another. That looks more recent.
No,
It's not?
it's not. I was just doodling during a game, and that's old though.
Oh, okay. What software am I using? It's Paint Tool Sci. It's the thing is I want to get Manga Studio. I used to have it on the other machine, but think times are kind of tough right now financially, you know. So I can't afford it. Like not this month. We just did taxes. But Paint Tool Sci is great though. It's if you can it's super like low what is it? Low resource, and so it's not like Photoshop that just like kills your RAM. It's also pretty good. I mean, like it has a decent amount of robust features. So let me see here. I don't want her to look too messed up, but
She's like missing an eyebrow.
missing an eyebrow? Oh, there's just like a
It's
cut, a
like
scar
scar
through it.
tissue.
Yeah. So it's
No,
this.
I don't know what's with your thick ass eyebrows.
I don't know. I could change it. Manga Studio has improved. And you're gonna what?
I'm gonna leave you alone.
Why? You don't have to.
Like backseat drawing.
Well, I mean, you can hang out still. Did you hear about some video of like some like black guys in Starbucks that got arrested by police for supposedly for loitering, and Black Lives Matter is all over it?
Really?
Yeah.
Oh. I didn't know people actually got arrested for loitering. But then again, I'm not from like as big.
Well, that's just it though. Like the claim is the claim, I guess, is that it's racist because, you know, because it's black guys. But
Well, and also nobody gets arrested for loitering. So.
well, I the thing is, I guess that the there's different stories, but the Starbucks people asked them to leave for whatever reason.
Yeah.
And they wouldn't, and that's why the police were called.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like they just called them immediately.
Right. Yeah, I can see it.
So when I draw half orcs, I give them pointy ears. I don't know if you're supposed to do that or not, but I do. I think they have pointy ears as orcs.
Yeah, it could be. It could be. I don't think I gave her pointy ears, did I?
No, that's why I'm telling you. But I mean, it's up to you. It's your rendition.
She's more human looking than orc looking.
In your picture?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think she should be more orc looking like you're doing.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I'm not, the one thing that's kind of challenging is when you're drawing a woman and you don't want her to look, I don't know, sort of traditionally feminine.
Mm-hmm.
And but you don't want her to look like a man either. You don't want to look like a thin man. So you have to like, I don't know, it's tricky, right? You have to. So I may have to like go back in and change some things, but right now I just wanted to get the general gist.
Well, I think that's why I drew her like that, is because I didn't want her to look like a man, just like a really hulky woman. So she's more human than orc.
All right. I think the one thing that I like most about Graz is the mohawk. So that's the part that I'm going to probably have the most fun with.
Man, she's ugly.
No, she's hardcore. Those does it get braided in the back?
Yeah.
How does that work? Maybe it's still like this, and then.
Well, it's like long in the back.
Yeah.
It's like a fucking mullet mohawk.
A mullet hawk.
A mohawk.
Micah Keller asks, "Why are you drawing my mother, Doge?" She asked me to do that for her after last night. Sick burn, Doge. All right, so a little. Maybe this is too thick. She's the artist. She does only what she sees. She's what? She's the artist. He does only what she says. I gathered. Okay, this is a braid. Maybe I'll put like a tooth at the end of it, because that's like badass. Maybe some feathers. Oh, you did put a tooth at the end of it.
Of course.
I didn't even think about that. Maybe some fucking feathers, because why not? Let's make it look more Native American, because we haven't offended them yet. You saying we're like orcs? But I'm still a little bit. Now I'm gonna try to make this a little bit more feminine. Let me just.
How?
Well, I want to.
I mean,
That's the trick, though.
I guess you could give her,
it needs something.
some lip. Like
Yeah, that's what I was going to do. I was gonna look at the lips, because right now she just looks like Brianna Wu. I want a little bit more Anna Kasparian. So let's see. And this is just a sketch layer anyway. I want the eye to stay white. At least that one. And then this one. See, these are girly eyes. Maybe the eyebrows. I can change the eyebrows so they're less hairy. That might be a start.
This is cool.
So, I'll start with that.
I like how you draw people. Where it's more cartoony than me. I try to make it realistic, even though I'm not that great at it.
Well, I think most people try to draw what they see.
Yeah.
And that's normal. That's actually like how you're supposed to evolve your style. Is first you draw from reality, and then once you learn like the rules of how things are supposed to look,
You start to exaggerate.
then you know how to bend them.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you can't do that until you know what the rules are.
Yeah.
There we go. Eyebrows on fleek. So those are more feminine looking. You have to give that I'm better than you look. Exactly. Oh, God. Jojo, please. His nose is all up in my shit. And it's cold and wet. She looks fairly female already. Nice cheekbones. Yeah, the cheekbones was my... was like my gateway, my entryway to make her look female. I might round this out a little bit more too. No, that's a little too strong.
Yeah, she looks gaunt.
let me bring it up. Well, I don't want to give her like a square ass jaw because that'll make her look too masculine too, right?
Yeah.
But I don't want her to look like a meth addict either. So let's see. Okay, so here's the nose. And maybe fewer lines on the face often help to make a character look more feminine. You know? More more neotness, exactly. Even if they're not meant to be cute, but you want to be able to show that they can be, maybe. Otherwise, they look like a hag. You don't want to look like a hag or a crone unless that's what you're going for. Looks, assuming it's WoW stuff. No, this isn't from WoW. Actually, I haven't even looked, because this is not an orc. This is a half orc, so half human. And I honestly don't even know what the WoW female orcs look like. I never looked it up or anything. So I don't have that as a reference. Actually, that looks pretty good. All right, so here's a scar on her face. Because everyone does that. And let me see. Maybe I can give her more scars. Like a bunch of smaller ones.
I guess it would make sense. Why would you just have one scar on your face?
It's just the one that you care about. This is my favorite scar.
Maybe you give her scars on her hands. That makes a lot more sense. Maybe she's missing a finger.
No, because I'm just drawing a bust, so I was thinking like more on the face. Like here's one on her chin, but they'd be smaller, right?
Yeah.
Here's one on her head. Maybe she took a axe to the head at one point during her childhood. You know, orc hanging out with orcs and stuff. Maybe a piece of her ear is missing. So I could take a chunk out and draw it like that. Oh, and maybe I'll give her earrings. When I hear about neuropathy, I usually think of diabetes. No, yeah, this is definitely from the chemo. I like that. That looks pretty good, huh? I'm gonna do these lashes more like that. There we go. The full Monty. Did you guys hear? I think this is gonna be hilarious. Liana Kersner, the good feminist. She there's a tweet that she took down. It's not there anymore. Where the bully hunters, I think it's just the bully hunters Twitter, was talking about, you know, they were promoting their thing. This was like really, really recently. And Liana K tweeted at them saying, "Oh yeah, if you're looking for solutions or alternatives to solve the online harassment problem, you should check out my series, you know, whatever, her Lady Bits series." And she's like, it's good and it's centered on female experience. And then all this bully hunter stuff came out, and she took her that tweet down because yeah, so she basically like shilled her shit to probably the worst people you want to do it to. She's a joke. Yeah, Liana the Pure 1K. Are you using a mouse or a drawing pad? I'm using a very small Cintiq, which is like a screen that you draw right onto. but it's like it's a really small one. So I'd like to one day get a bigger one. Unfortunately, this is the best I can do. And actually, it was a gift, so I was lucky. Somebody gave it to me. Actually, I think I was doing a stream and somebody offered it. So thank you. I can't thank you enough for that. But it is a small screen. But yeah, it's what I'm using. It's also clearly old because it uses like what do you call it? What's the cable that you hook into your monitor? That's like a big fucking chunky thing with a whole bunch of pins. I think an RGB cable, I believe, or it's one of those, you know, but it's white. Yeah, so it's kind of old too. It's pretty old. It's ancient by computer standards, anyway. All right. So, what do you guys think of? This is her name is Graz. Half orc. Half orc paladin, actually. I'm just gonna fill her hair out a little bit. VGA, yeah. I don't know. What's the difference? How do I know the difference between VGA or DVI? Her hair is greasier than Godfrey Elwick's. Is she thick? Oh yeah. She's a muscular thick though, you know. Like, but not like crazy looking bodybuilder woman thick, like muscular like that. But you know, like, I don't know. What do I compare her to? Like one of those kind of like an Instagram model but muscular. DVI has more pins. VGA's analog. Yeah, it's VGA. I'm almost positive it's VGA. Point is, it's old. Does she have big milkers? No, she's not. She's not especially buxom. It's more, I mean, like, you know, she's got B cups. If you're into women like this, you know, I think that she would satisfy. This is your fetish. I don't know if orc women are your fetish. I know that there's somebody's fetish. Just like orc men. Thick as Lena Dunham. No, Graz is totally fit. But she doesn't, like, she's fit, but it's not like she has a fucking regimen where she drinks whey protein shakes and, you know, has, like, leg day and chest day. Because it's a fantasy setting, right? Like, but how would you look if you were reasonably muscular because you were just engaging in a lot of physical activity? So, you know, not toned, but definitely built is what I'm getting at. All right, we're going to just go ahead and color in this back area over here. This is where the ponytail is at. Or the hair, the party in the back part of her mohawk. I don't know what you call that. It's like a mullet, but it's a mohawk, so. It's like have you guys seen, I used to live in Chicago. I used to live in a neighborhood where it was like kind of nice you know, a lot of hipsters live there, and not far away was the gay part of Chicago called Boys Town. Literally, it's like where the gay men live, and it's also the property there is really, really high value because gay men like make a lot of money. And but there were also these like squatter, I don't know what you call them, but they're like punks that would hang around and beg for money and complain about the system. And they would live in those neighborhoods and they would like squat and shit. And they would have this kind of hair, this mohawk with the long hair in the back. Gutter punks, that's what we called them. This is a gutter punk mohawk. Do you have gutter punks in Calgary, babe?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you know what I mean when I say that.
Yeah, I used to hang out with them when I was like a, like punk vegan rocker.
So she is the flat is justice type. No, not flat. She's not flat, right? Graz is like, I see B cups. That's what I think.
Oh, I don't know.
She's got boobs. They're just not. They just get in the way of the fighting. So she doesn't.
Yeah, I think she has boobs.
Yeah.
She has bigger boobs than me.
Aw. Let's see. I can't tell. What kind of armor does she wear?
Chainmail.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I know. In the picture, she's like got like
Skins.
yes, yeah.
You know what?
I think she probably has that on top.
I'm gonna leave that. We're just gonna pretend that she's topless right here. Though I'm not gonna. I don't want my channel taken down just as it's starting to like. So I'll leave it to your imagination, gents. Here's a little bit of, is that a cleavage or a pectoral muscle? I don't know, you decide. Okay. Oh, you know what would be cool? Would be like one scar across the brow of her nose. Yeah. All right, let me zoom out. That's Graz. Polaris 589. I like orc women. Gutter punks is such an 80s term. Well, I'm an older guy, so. According to legend, Amazon women would burn off one of their breasts. Yeah,
Oh yeah.
I know. Do you want to?
No, but she's not an archer though.
She's not. It's because they did it because they would use bow and arrow.
Yeah. But she's not an archer.
No, she swings a big two-handed sword, so she's basically
and a warhammer.
She's a tank.
Yeah, she's a tank.
What do you guys think? What do you draw for warm-ups? This was a warm-up. Insert Frieza laugh here. Yeah, it was so that they can draw their bows easier. I like the way that turned out, considering how much time I had and that I hadn't done this in a while. If I let myself exaggerate, I tend to do better. Like if I have to draw something realistic, actually that's a lot harder for me. Thanks, Mo. You know what? I'm gonna add a boudoir right here, and I'll draw the rest of this scar. It's like a stab wound, right in the titty. And I guess I'll... You haven't gotten rusty. Well, thank you. I'll make this like a shoulder plate, I guess. I'm kind of making shit up as I go along now. There we go. Oops. Okay. And there. Cosplay that, cos thoughts. Our nipple piercings are a thing for orc women too. Oh, you know what I forgot to do is do you think it like what do you think about an earring?
Yeah.
No? You paused.
Well, I don't think earrings are good for fighting, unless it's like, I don't know, a gauge.
What if it's
Gauges.
Like a gauge?
Gauges.
Gauges. Gauges. Actually, what if it's an earring that's actually an ear? Would you and Allison do a comic together? Well, God, that would require a lot of free time. Neither of us have. Human women pierce their breasts and orc women pierce the breastplate of their enemies. Yes. How did she lose her eye? Did we ever figure that out? Or was that just like, it looks cool, let's just like say that she doesn't have an eye?
I don't think that was part of her backstory.
Oh!
Was it?
No,
she
but
does have a cool
there
backstory,
is something to it because see, in the D&D campaign setting we're playing in, the Forgotten Realms, right? The orcs, they're like All-Father deity is named as Grumsh, and he is a one-eyed orc, and supposedly the priests of Grumsh, or the witch doctors, or whatever you want to call it, shaman rather, they put out one of their eyes, I think. It's sort of like a practice. Now, Graz is not, she's not an orc in that she runs with orcs, because she's, you know, she actually hunts orcs. She despises them. But I think that maybe the eye was lost before she found her calling as a paladin. So it could be part of her story, but I don't think we figured it out yet because we haven't been playing for very long. But I mean, right now it's just like a holy shit, this looks cool. Yes, Grumsh. Strong orc women. Whoo, mops brow. So, a hoop earring big enough to hang a spare axe on. Yeah. Wikipedia snippet. It would be funny having a spoof of bully hunters selling harassment canceling headphones. The Eye of Grumsh was struck out by the elf god, that's right. The Corallan Larithian. She's a self-loathing orc, absolutely. She is the coon of orcs. But she's a half-orc. So she's half human too. That's probably why she hates orcs that much more, though. It's sort of like, you know, you ever notice that some of the most anti-white racists are that are not white are half white? I know that I've seen it. Like people who I know, and a lot of like Black Lives Matter activist types, that are mixed race, they really don't like white people, even though they're half white. It's crazy. Okay. So that's Graz. Now, there are other characters in the group, but I don't know I don't know what they look like because they haven't described them to me, except for the human barbarian, Gwydion. So I guess I could try drawing him. I think I'm gonna look up the what he described him as. I have to like look it up real quick. Maybe an orc stabbed her in the eye to teach her humility, and that's why she hates orcs. Orcs. Yeah, well, the one thing we were talking about was that the idea that Graz was raised by her mother, and her mother was the orc half. Isn't that one of the things we were talking about?
Yeah.
Because normally the when people think of half orcs, they think that the woman is human and she was raped by orcs, and then she gives birth to a half orc baby. But
her father was raped.
But yeah, in this case, we thought it'd be interesting if the father was raped. And the reason is this, because I looked into it. They had this interesting bit of trivia from the lore. Orcs don't breed with anybody. They only breed with who they think are the strongest. Those are the ones they use to strengthen their numbers, is by breeding. So the half orcs they make are only with the strongest of the race of the humans, basically. So if that's true, then why wouldn't a human male be forced to penetrate an orc female to make a strong baby? So that's basically what Graz is the product of. And then the orc women societally have a lot of power because they raise the kids. It's basically the same idea that we've been talking about, on the show, except this is from a fantasy perspective. Sorry, my dog's barking for some fucking reason. He must see something. So yeah, some guy was essentially by force pushed into the belly of the beast, and then that orc woman is she also was a warrior, like one of the stronger female ones or whatever. I'm looking something up here. Red pill, green skin. That's right. Half orc MRA, Karen Strong. More like Charon or something. Something more fantasy sounding. What was he doing? All right. Anyway, Doge, check that link out. What link? BSM do some great minis, and especially 75 millimeter. Like custom ones. Like if I sent them a drawing of a character, they'd make a mini out of it, because that'd be amazeballs.
Wait, what are you talking about?
Some Steve Dave said, check out that link. The I don't know what the link is though. Maybe it didn't go through. I might have to check because I don't know why it wouldn't. For some reason, YouTube hasn't. They haven't what is it? They haven't given me feedback on the monetization of my channel. Yeah, Korak Stronk. Add more apostrophes. That makes it fantasy. That's true.
Jojo.
What is he barking at?
I have no idea. There's nothing out there. Maybe there's like a dog or something I can't see.
Is he looking out the window?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Just add more apostrophes. Which one? I don't see it. It's not going through. I don't know why. Here, let me change. I changed it to live chat. For some reason, it's setting it to all chat or top chat, and I didn't set that.
Is it like a 3D printer?
No. Discord. Oh, you sent it through Discord. Okay. Let me look. Hold on. I'm going to do another drawing at least. But let me see this. She-Orc, Black Sun Miniatures. I'm just waiting for it to load. Oh, hell yeah. Is that a WoW orc? She looks badass.
Oh, yeah. That's cool.
And she's got a mohawk and,
Wow.
and just like...
Yeah. She's got pointy ears, too. It's like I copied it, but I didn't, honest. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah, very nice. All right. Thank you for that. Okay, so we're going to try another. This is Gwydion, the human barbarian. So it's going to be less... I don't want to be mean and say less interesting, but, you know, a little bit more straightforward, I guess. So, let me see. How can I make him look interesting, though, is all about, I guess, expression. Now, Gwydion is a human male barbarian. We're going to try to make him look pretty fierce. So there's his fucking neck. And his jaw. And I'm going to do like a bit more of like a worm's eye angle. It defaults to top chat. It is really annoying. But when I change it to live chat, it doesn't change. Like, I didn't miss any messages. It doesn't appear that way. But if I did miss your message, I'm sorry, because I'm trying to look at it. So, all right. No, I'm not going to do that. Let's do this a different way. One thing I don't do that I should do more, it's one of my shortcomings, at least I used to have this problem, is I would draw my noses too narrow. And you have to be okay with making them kind of broad. They're broader than you think. At least for me. Especially when you're trying to do expressions. Maybe one day I will be able to run a D&D game online for the other badgers, but they don't have a lot of experience with it, so it'd have to be really like simple. It would just be for the lulz, right? I mean, wouldn't you want to see how Karen controls an actual berserker? All right. Mutton chops. Well, I know what he looks like. I was told how he should be drawn. So he does have a full beard. It's one of those pointy ones, or kind of pointy ones that like goes low. Let me see if I can, because I don't want to cover the neck here. Hold on. Stash. Barbarians never have the facial hair they should. Doge, do you know that there's a feminist pen and paper RPG? No. Can you tell me more? I would like to know more. I'm not surprised. I mean, it's called Pathfinder. There is a feminist pen and paper RPG. Yes, another burn. It's true, though. Pathfinder is like full on like social justice role-playing game. Sorry, guys. Sorry. I hate to break it to you. But it's true. Beard Barian has facial hair, yes. Bellum Maga, as in Make America Great Again, and go Google it later. Let me go ahead and try to do a Google search on this now. Novus Dia. What is this shit? Witch Girls? Oh god. Okay, Bellum Maga. The enemy of all life on Earth, the serpent, I mean the penis, has waged war against the life force of our planet, the mother goddess Gaia, for millennia, using the weapons of ignorance, greed, and hate as it has turned humans against each other. Sounds like feminism. Polluted the world and threatens us daily with our own destruction. The Maga, powerful magical beings powered by Gaia and her multitude of goddess aspects, have other plans and will do whatever it takes to destroy the great serpent and his minions and return the world back to its long-forgotten glory. Bellum Maga is a role-playing game about a world of magic and conspiracies and millennia-old war between the corrupt patriarchy and the powerful female freedom fighters. Jesus fucking Christ. Jesus. No one ever asked for this. Has 2 reviews. Only $2.50. Down from $24.99. Looks like no one wants it. Derek C. gave it 1 star and says, I bought this excited by the conceit, but was quickly disappointed. I'm all about cathartic rad femme revenge fantasy, but the execution of this game is dismal and in many places gross. First of all, it's hard to believe it had an editor. Oh, there's so much more to it. It had an editor because it's riddled with spelling errors, poorly constructed sentences, and bad layout choices. Look, guy, grammar, good spelling, and things like graphic design and layout, that's patriarchy stuff. The choice of font is almost unbearable. The style of is it Comic Sans? Because that'd be great. The style of the layout and illustration is poorly executed and outdated, and in more than one place it encroaches onto the text, muddling things further. Secondly, how you are actually supposed to play the thing is very unclear. The game rules are presented over just a couple pages, jumping immediately into combat mechanics. Instead, most of the book is taken up with ability descriptions and spells placed before the rules proper. The game's politics are seriously questionable. It reduces the patriarchy you're supposed to be fighting from systematic social construct to literal ancient conspiracy involving a small number of participants, and then goes way off the rails in all kinds of weird new agey ways. Well, that's okay. It's okay, dude, because either way, it's a fantasy. The patriarchy itself is a fantasy. So you may as well make it a giant snake. You might as well. Finally, this game kind of isn't. It's basically just a World of Darkness clone playing to the specific fetishes of the writer. The art is fetish porn, and there's a general fixation on dominatrices, cigarette smoking, and transformation, among other fetish classics like shrinking, growing, vor, etc. Ew. That overrides any actual feminist themes. This isn't pro-feminist. It just gets off on some of the imagery. That means it's sexist and patriarchal. That's what this game is. It was a plot. Oh, and just in case you wanted to be charitable to the game on that front, there's some really screwed up transphobia, and plus size or kinda old is a flaw under the game mechanics. Really? This game feels, in terms of politics and presentation, like it was written 15 years ago. It's not my feminism. It reads like a post on a TERF's live journal masquerading as an RPG. Hard pass. Lol. It sounds awful. I gotta share that with people. The art is DA tier. Well, I guess they won't be hiring me anytime soon. All right, well, let me get back to drawing this barbarian. Thanks for sharing. I got some chuckles out of that. Gaia gets DP'd by the snake. I can't believe every time feminists make anything, anytime they make anything, it's shit. Even the ones best at making shit, like Hollywood, they're just shit. Stop it, guys. Get some help. Okay. So this is Guardian. I'm gonna have to like. He's just an angry ass barbarian. Well, he's a If you guys played the 5th edition, it's good. I gotta tell you, 5th edition D&D. I'm very happy with it. Let's see. So much for monetization of this stream. No luck with this swearing. Did I swear? I forgot. But the thing is, though, I can't monetize my channel yet anyway. It's still under review by YouTube for some reason. They said it would take like a week. I'm starting to think that they don't really want to help me out. I'm just a poor old minority boy, cancer survivor that just wants to make a little bit of money. Have not played 5th. 4E lost my interest. Well, if you hated 4th, you'll love 5th because it's nothing like 4th. They've gone back to, I guess, what worked from, it's basically like a series of things that what worked from every edition from before, and then they pared it down to be very simple. And I think that's the way to go. So you can get through combat quickly, you know. It has a higher focus on the more, like, I guess, I don't want to say role-playing aspects because any game has role-playing if you just do the role-playing. But I would say that it's, this guy's supposed to be having like a fucking System of a Down beard kind of, but it's not, it looks all right. Anyway, they made it a lot better. Also, Doge, what the fuck you doing an art stream without a Streamlabs link in the low bar? I don't know what you're talking about. This ain't how Allison raised you. Well, I don't want to use the Honey Badger stuff to for my streams. You know, so I don't know. Maybe if there's anything that I can do to improve the reach of my own channel, I'm open to it. All right, let's see here. Yeah, so fifth is good. I like it. This is the Beard Barian. I think he had like a tattoo on his head of some kind. I don't know what it looked like, so I'm just gonna draw some random shapes. It was like some tribal shit. You know how it goes. All right. Allison, Queen of the Shill. Son, that's right. And married to a Canadian. Life really got him good. Now we will throw pennies at you. You need a wallet. I'm waiting for Red Robot's Sunday Funday stream. Oh, Red Robot's cool. I talked to him before. All right, so this is Gwydion. He actually, this is one of the cool things about 5th edition. Barbarians are really well done. He actually doesn't have to wear armor. He gets an armor class bonus, natural armor bonus. It has something to do with his constitution, I think. He has to add that to his AC instead if he doesn't wear any armor. So it's pretty badass, right? So he's literally shirtless, like. Wait, that's, I don't know why, but that looks a little too sexual for my taste. Okay. All right, here we go. He looks like the redneck guy from Saints Row 2. Yeah, I know. It wasn't, it's not, I mean, it's not my design. It was somebody else's, the player. But, yeah, I could see it. These are like braids on his head and the side is shaved. I think the inspiration came from the show Vikings. But I never watched it, so I don't know. I like 4th edition because they took some cool ideas from Earth Dawn. I didn't hate 4th edition, to be honest. I thought it had some potential, but the overwhelming rage that it got, I thought it was not justified, but I mean, I didn't want to take that away from people. Like, okay, that's how you feel, you know. So, but I think still 5th is perfectly satisfactory. I think that maybe they figured out a model that works well too, because what they're doing is they print the main books and then they're doing expansions slowly over time, but a lot of what they're releasing are adventures, and they're all in these nice hardcover books. So I'm going to be trying my hand at running the I think it's called the Curse of Strahd, which is basically just a reprint of the Ravenloft module. Not the setting, but the adventure that they came out with like back in the 80s. And they re-released it with the 5th edition rules, and I'm going to try running it because I've never played it before. And I've tried to play it with other game masters, but it seems like nobody can get the feel right. So I'm going to try it myself. I think that the direction I'm going to take it is I'm going to try and do something like, what is it? I'm going to try and do something like Castlevania and Vampire Hunter D Bloodlust in terms of my approach. I think people would like it. I was very disappointed in 4th E because it was too simplified. 3.5 was a mess. Yeah. Too many splat books. Plus, don't just miss me with 3.5 altogether. I was so fucking pissed with Wizards because I bought the 3.0 stuff and I loved 3.0. It was such an enormous improvement over the 2nd edition. And I bought all the books for 3.0 and I was running a game, right? Well, I haven't bought them all, but I bought everything that was released thus far. And then they announced 3.5. And it was not even like a couple of years later. And I was like, what the fuck? Why are you coming out with another edition? And then they said, oh, everything that you've done in 3.0 is like, it's not going to change any of the rules. It's not going to be enough. Well, we're going to give you a booklet that'll let you like convert everything over very easily. And I was like, all right, cool. Well, I guess then I can keep going if people want to do 3.5. And then 3.5 comes out and then none of that was true. I had to get all the books all over again. And my friends, or some of my friends were like, well, we got to play 3.5 because it's better. It fixes all the problems. I was like, no, fuck that. We're going to play 3.0. I'm not buying their books. I didn't buy shit from 3.5 because I was done with them. Man, I wish I had a group to play D&D with. Yeah. I only got lucky recently, so I don't want to. I mean, I'm currently starting a game and it's so far so good. So, A lot of people were complaining about 3.0. Yeah, I don't know why. 3.0 was fantastic at the time, you know. Oh, handsome. Well, thank you. All right. So now this is I'm not sure if that's how you pronounce it, but Guardian. I'm pretty sure he's got like tribal tattoos on his chest, but I don't know what they look like, so I'll just draw like a circle here and shade it in. Maybe like some shit over here. It's like a Drax type of thing. All right. Doge, check out Labyrinth Lord. It's an improved love letter to the first and second edition, even down to the art. Sure, I could check it out. I'm pretty happy with fifth though. I'm just gonna like run that. I got shelves and I got shelves full of gaming stuff, and like I got D&D books going all the way back to the old like the original D&D, red box, blue box. I even have the it was this really old version of the original Dungeons and Dragons that like this terrible artwork of a dragon on the cover, and it was like black and white. I even have that. So, but frankly, I'm pretty satisfied with where D&D is at now, and I hope it stays that way. Personally, I want to play a burning wheel game. They are what I imagine D&D to be. Oh, okay, I'm not sure what that is. Basically, when it comes to getting my fantasy fix, I already have it. What I usually do is I think about the genres I want to get a fix on, and then I'll buy the system, the best system for it. So I like swords and sorcery. I have Dungeons and Dragons. That's fine. I can customize it for whatever I want if I want to do like something different with it. That's why I'm trying my hand at Ravenloft, because I've never played it before, and I want to do something like I was saying, Castlevania and Vampire Hunter D, but also Bloodborne. If you've never played Bloodborne, it's fucking amazing. A little bit of that, maybe a little bit of Berserk, you know, the anime, and Dark Souls, and that's the D&D experience I'm going for, and I think I can do it. And then there's if I want to do the Old West, I have Deadlands, which is fantastic if you've never played it. If I want to do superheroes, I have Mutants and Masterminds, which is the best system for it, to me anyway, hands down. If I want to do World War II, but like throw in some supernatural shit, you should check out Weird Wars. It's awesome. Weird Wars 2. It's called Weird Wars 2, but that doesn't mean it's the second. It's based on World War II. What else? If I wanted to do Samurai, I have Legend of the Five Rings. If I wanted to do Cyberpunk, I have Cyberpunk, but I want a new... I don't like Shadowrun, so don't even try to sell me on it. I don't think it needs fantasy elements. I just want a Cyberpunk game, just straight up Cyberpunk, and I want them to make... There's supposed to be a new Cyberpunk system coming, a new edition of it, but I haven't seen it yet. So I'm hoping that when the Cyberpunk game made by CyberConnect Red comes out, well, obviously I'm going to be able to get my fix, because I didn't really like Deus Ex very much. Once it comes out, they should probably be making a new system for the Cyberpunk role-playing game, and I hope they do, because that'd be the shit. And then when it comes to... I like Chinese Kung Fu movies. There's this game I have that you can only get through mail order online. I believe it was kickstarted. It's called Legends of the Wulin. That's awesome. But you need good players that know like the genre to play. So, decent steampunk. You know, I'd like that. The only thing is, I don't know which one to get. Like I had Castle Falkenstein, which is kind of old, by Steve Jackson, I believe, and I wanted to do something like a steampunk game, but this was years and years ago. Castle Falkenstein had potential. I still have it, but I'm thinking that by now there'd be something that's more like what I'm looking for, which is, I don't know, adventure you know, exploration. Like, I think of stuff like The Mummy and kind of Victorian, maybe Hammer movies, maybe some Lovecraft stuff, you know. Vampire Hunter D became cool because of Bloodlust, the Ninja Scroll director. Absolutely, absolutely. The first Vampire Hunter D is pretty boring. But I mean, it's okay, but it doesn't even come close. When they got Madhouse on to do Vampire Hunter D Bloodlust, that's how it became cool. But even then, even though I like Bloodlust, it's not as good as Ninja Scroll. Ninja Scroll is the shit. Are you familiar with Iron Kingdoms? Yes, I've heard of it. The War Machine Hordes game, PnP RPG. I never played it. Boom, Discord link. Thank you. Anyway, let me draw one more, and then I'm going to stop the stream. So we have the Guardian. We have Graz. I'm going to try to do something a bit more sexy time. A bit. You know what? I haven't drawn Badger Chan in a long time. I'm going to try that. Is that okay? I want to draw Badger Chan again. So just give me a second here to think about how I'm going to approach this. Badger Chan. Drow, no. Okay. Let's give this a shot. All right. Let's straighten this out. The thing about drawing, like, attractive characters is you have to be very careful that you don't... What is it? You have to get it right, because if they don't look, their attractiveness is the aesthetic, right? So let me move this up here. Okay, the attractiveness is part of the aesthetic. So if you don't get it right, Badger Chan is not new. I drew her for, we were like raising money, and I needed to. I drew some artwork for people who essentially donated to us. Let's see if I can do this. This line is the action line. I'm going to make this a bit smaller because if feminists know shit about it, I imagine it would be their race. It's cool to see the Doge of Venice streams are still a thing. I always wanted to hang out on one drawing stuff someday. Well, I don't want to, what is it? I don't want to make like too many promises on that, but I do want to keep doing them. I might just have to do them on my channel. Because the thing is, we're a bit concerned about uploading too much. You know what I mean? So, all right, I see the problem. Jesus Christ. Let's just try to get the general shape right. But I'd like to, yes. I like Badger Coon, yeah. Oh, well, I'm super poor and didn't know. That's okay. Badger Coon pinup calendar 2019. Make it happen, Doge. I'd buy one. Yeah, sure. Yeah, you guys don't want to oversaturate the market. No, we just, if we upload too many videos, we lose more than we gain. If that makes sense. Let's do this. I want to. Now that I think about it, I think I need to change the pose because I want to show more of the outfit, and I don't think this is gonna work. So let me change the pose. I'm gonna delete this. I was gonna do like a side view thing, but now that I think about it, it's not gonna work. So we're gonna do something else because I need to show, right? All right, so that, and then this, like that. This goes this way. All right, just gonna make this a little bit smaller. Is Badger Chan a furry? No, Badger Chan is not a furry. You guys don't want to, yeah, drawing streams are pretty cool. Anywhere they're hosted, really. Who is the soon-to-be hot chick? It's Badger Chan. So Badger Chan is kind of like, it's not a mascot because we have the honey badger itself for the mascot. But think of Badger Chan as like, you know, a female personified version. I got the idea. I think I thought about it when somebody mentioned Earth Chan. Think of it that, like, what would a mascot that represents HBR, not a mascot, I'm sorry, a waifu. That's what it is. It's a waifu for HBR. We called her Badger Waifu when we started off, but I didn't want to call her that. So okay, so we're gonna do it this way, and then here's the other hand, and let's see. There's her head. Badger Chan is more of a persona. Yeah. All right, so I'm gonna zoom in on here. We're gonna try and get like a little bit more detail, as it were. All right. I haven't drawn Badger Chan in a long time. I'm actually forgetting what she looks like, but it's coming back to me. All right. So let's see. Let's do this. That's her head, and that's the face. All right. So Badger Chan wears these big gloves. She's making a fierce claw, you know, gesture. They're like cat paws, but they're badger claws, you know? And are you going to be doing Badger Chan's hair a little bit differently? How so? Then her arms are bare. And she wears a hoodie that is sleeveless. So in this hand is the same. So basically I just, this little furry cuff. I don't like the way that looks. That's better. Green hair is kind of weird on her. Yeah, I'm not coloring the hair, but I was thinking that maybe I just make her hair white because it makes more sense for other reasons, aesthetic reasons. All right. So here are her chesticles. That's gonna get me demonetized probably. And let me see. She wears a hoodie is right here like this. She is wearing the hood. This is not a demand, but more of a question. No, I thought about it though. It is weird. I'm gonna change her hair to white. For a number of reasons. Okay. That's the hood. And it goes like this. There's the nose of the badger, of the hoodie. Put this back like this. And then little ears on top. Got it? All right, and then on the, I believe there was a, let me think here. There was a big giant zipper in the front. So I gotta adjust this. There's a big honking zipper because it makes her look smaller. I'm not even sure if that's what zippers look like. Let me look at my zipper real quick. Lewd. Oh yeah, right. Okay. All right. Are you guys still there? Nobody's commenting on anything. All right. I'm impressed by anyone who does anatomy. Well, thank you. Maybe I'll think of this as a sort of like a redesign of Badger Chan. Maybe that's how I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make some changes. I have some ideas, but first let me finish the anatomy part. Okay. This is her torso. And now start. You see that the crotch is there. Here are the legs. There's one. Should move this up a little bit. There's one. They're mittens. They're not big hands. It's a costume. Or, I mean, use your imagination. Maybe they are her hands. Maybe she's a mutant freak. Or some kind of freak. Okay. So this leg is going kind of into the background, which is why I drew it like that. All right, clean up in here. Make this a little bit smaller. Yeah, the zipper line I'm going to draw. She has the mittens disease, that's right. Okay. So I think, let me look at this. Always like zoom out as often as possible to see if you got the proportions the way you want them. It's because you can get lost in the details, right? When you're drawing and you're like really up close and you're like going at it, you know, and you're like really happy with what you're doing, and then you back off and look and everything's wrong. Have you ever done that? Or this happens to me a lot, especially when drawing with pen and paper. If you're drawing with pen and paper or pencil and paper and you're too close, like you're really like leaning in, or you're even on your side, you know, like you're looking at it kind of like low to the ground or like level to the table or whatever, and you're drawing, and then you back off and everything is skewed because of the way your eyes see it. It throws it all off, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh shit, you know, I got too caught up, hyper focused on the drawing. That's a killer. All right, so everything looks fine. I'm just gonna clean up here, and let me just do this. Okay, draw this part. The worst is when you flip the image. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's another thing you should do, is flip the image to look at it. I'm gonna be doing some more pictures for Computing Forever. I was talking to Dave about it the other day, but I got so much on my plate right now with the stuff we're doing. It's got to wait until like a little bit later. But I think I'm about ready to get back into that. Get back on that horse. Okay. How everything I drew was leaning in one direction. Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty easy to get lost on that. Okay. Let's just do some shading underneath here. Okay. Now, the hoodie was kind of baggy a little bit. Not so much because you needed to show that she has a figure. It would go down to about there. Maybe lower. It would basically like just enough to cover her from here. So so we're gonna do, that was wrong, hold on. Like this. Or let's do this another way. Up here, like this. Okay. So, look at that. Pro undo button. All right, so this line is the middle, goes and then comes down and stops there. This is that. Can't see the lines unless you are using a Cintiq-like device, and those are expensive. And then here is, this is the zipper line, like so. We're going to put this here. All right. Once again. Okay. So, the zipper. This is kind of like details, but draw these zipper teeth. This I don't want to change. I think it's cute. It's coot. Coot is what they call it. C-O-O-T. Coot and small. All right. It's good to give it a little bit of texture, like on the, I don't know, it just makes it more believable, I guess. There is an art channel on the HBR Discord. Yeah, maybe I'll share these things on there. I didn't know. Wrong. There are birds singing right outside my door. All right. Let's see. Hold on a second. I gotta look something up. Aha. All right. I don't like the way that looks. Actually, I think it'll look even better if I do it this way. It looks like teeth. I know that zippers don't look like this, but aesthetically, I think it'll look better. Okay. As far as this goes, let's see, we're gonna do it this way, and then maybe we'll do that, and I'll get rid of this. And we know that she's got gifts, but she's not like prison school, you know. She doesn't have a prison school body or anything like that. It's just okay. Something else is bugging me. No. Toothy zipper is rad. Rigged lines. Shaping her personality boob by boob. Oh, a type of dere? I don't know. I hadn't thought about it. All right. Badger Chan's face. I mean, what do you guys think? Do you think Badger Chan is a type of dere? Ridged. Yeah, I can go back into the zipper later. That's not teeth. That's her hair. But it's supposed to look like teeth. Jere? Kudere? What's that? She cares about men's rights so much. That's why she keeps her favorite men locked up in her basement. That one's a little too long. All right. Let's zoom in a little bit more because we got to get pretty detailed here. Okay, and oops. Ray Evangelion. Too cool to show love because it's a weakness, but deep down. Okay. Let's see here. I think I put, there were eyes on it. Yeah, there were. So now I guess I'll go in like adjust this. I think the way that these are supposed to go is like that. So I'll just go ahead and do that. Cool. It's just a doodle. Okay, so now the changes I want to make. I think, let's give her a bit of this. I think that One thing I'd like to do is put some fur on these. Needs to be higher at the bottom. I don't know what you mean. Oh, I think I know what you mean. Maybe we add this thing, the base of it. Let me look. I don't have a hoodie in front of me. I don't usually look at these things very closely. Ah. The zipper should be kind of a gap at your very bottom line. Yeah, right. How it's made. Zipper episode. All right. Oh, there was a couple things too. Another thing is that this is usually higher up. And I know what you mean by the gap. So maybe this should be up here. Shit, we're getting dangerously close to demonetization territory now. Dangerously close. And also this tends to be higher. I'm not going to draw it too much higher because whoop. All right. Okay. Maybe, nah. I was thinking about adding fur trim to that, but that's too busy. But I will add it to the shoulders. I think that's a must because I didn't do anything with the shoulders. And I think this is a good thing to add. So we're going to put a little bit of fur on the shoulders. Fun fact, this was kind of inspired by Anna Cherry's Badger cosplay that she did when we went to Calgary Expo. And we got thrown out. You can find a picture of her wearing a cosplay of a badger. It's inspired by that, but it's not. It's not like I was basing it on that entirely. I didn't look at her costume to determine this. I just remember the hoodie. And thank you, Steve Dave. And then I think I'm gonna add, no, not like that. I'm gonna add fur to the gloves. Here and here. All right. There we go. And I think that's about what I wanted to do. Let's just make a couple of changes. I don't know. Maybe I'll do another stream like next weekend and continue where these left off. Try to add color. Oh, she has a tail on her suit too. But you can't really see it. I feel like if I draw it in here, it'll be like forcing it in. It's like a turned up badger tail. It's usually turned up. So like as an example, if I was drawing her from the side. If she's wearing the hoodie, comes down to here, and then the tail goes up like that. But I don't think you'll be able to see that here. That might not make sense. See what I mean? Does she make her own costumes? Yes. Have you considered a strap on the gloves with a button? I don't know what you mean. Let me look a little Sonic-y. You mean like Super Sonico? Let me look. I don't know. There's lots of pictures of Super Sonico, so. Strap. Oh, you know what else? I forgot. Badger Chan has thigh highs on. Like stockings. I gotta add those real quick. I'm not seeing what you mean. Do you draw a lot of stuff unrelated to the Badgers? Absolutely. But I haven't drawn in a long time. All right, let me look. Oh. I mean, that's not a terrible idea. You wouldn't be able to see it. Let me go ahead and look at this so far. Well, actually, yeah, if I wanted to add it on, it would be like right here. Let me, I don't know. Let's give it a shot, I guess. Can't hurt. I could make them look knitted like that too. But I like the fur. It would help make it clear they are gloves. Well, I kind of like that they're not, it's not clear in a way. I could just add a giant button. And make these longer. Fur trim would make it lose that distinction. Yeah. Let's, yeah, that's, I kind of want to leave it ambiguous. All right. So, thigh highs. And to drive it home, we're going to do this. This is where we add the penis. And now on this leg, even though it's further back, I'm going to try to see if I can do a bit of a... Absolute territory. There we go. Is this people's religion? All right. Let's, I want to change her expression a teeny bit. The line weights and shadows on the female figure is difficult for me. It's difficult for me too, man. Nah, I'll just leave it at that. There we go. Doge, do you use Psy regularly or just for sketching? I use it regularly, but I haven't used it in a while. I don't have any other programs right now. I can't afford them. Oh. There we go. What do you guys think? I think add Streamlabs, build community. I think I'm gonna add something else. Well, first of all, some shadows here so we know about this, and also some shadows there. Steve wants to give you monies. Give me it on a t-shirt already. If I had the time, I'd commission him. Well, maybe I'll make a finished version of it and then see about maybe putting it on a shirt or something. I don't know. I wouldn't mind. I'd like to see Badger Chan in more places. Actually, someone made Badger Chan into a logo. Let me see if I can show you. Hold on. So that's Badger Chan. I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys the logo someone made. Here it is. So I thought that was pretty cool. And yeah, I like seeing her in more places, so I'm okay with that. It was yeah, it's pretty good. I like it. We're gonna use it if things go well with the trial. No Doge original. No, it's not. No. All right. So let me do another transform and move her to here and maybe make her a little bit bigger. There we go. So this is what I've done today. I have just some sketches. Thanks for coming and hanging out. I have this Badger Chan. I have this Gwydian. Pretty happy with that. And Graz. This actually came out pretty good. I like the way they look. I like it the way they look. What's this software called? Paint Tool Psy. You can probably get it for... I got it for nothing. But I'm sure... Because the cool thing about Paint Tool Psy is... I'm pretty sure it's extremely cheap or it's free. I got it for free because somebody gave it to me. And the thing about Paint Toolside that's cool is there's no installation. Therefore, there's no key or anything. All you need is you have the app, you double click on it, it opens. You don't have to install anything. You don't have to update it. You don't have to do any of that shit. Yeah, I mean, I could still move it around a little bit, but I mean, considering it's a doodle, I'm okay with it, you know. So yeah, Paint Toolside is the program. It's pretty good. I mean, it doesn't have all of the bells and whistles that Photoshop has, but I don't care about that much, to be honest. TBH. All right. What a difference a little shading makes. It's cheap, yeah. It requires internet connection. No. No. I mean, like, if you're going to find it, yeah, but... Yes, but Photoshop has shit pressure and pen tools. Absolutely. I like my favorite overall for art is Manga Studio, but Sai is a pretty close second. I like them both more than Photoshop for drawing. So if you can get Manga Studio, it's like $60-something. Just get that, or Clip Studio, depending on where you are. But yeah, I mean, I don't have that one. I gotta get it. I mean, I have it, but it's like I gotta buy the license. So yeah, Manga Studio is better. I see now when I look at it, there's some like anatomy and proportion issues, but that's okay. If you have the old one, then just use that. It's good. Anyway, I'm going to close the stream out because, I don't know, got nothing else to do. It's fun. Thanks for hanging out. I'm going to go ahead and make some food and get back to work. You guys have a great Sunday.